You're coming to LA tomorrow?
Yes.
Well, I don't know why you want to go out.
Don't worry about it, Daddy.
Well, okay.
Okay, what?
Well, I'm not really interested in getting choked, so I guess we're going.
Yeah. I might choke you in public.
Okay.
Big black guy chokes small white woman.
Okay, y'all, so apparently this is a year where famous men are out here playing Russian roulette with their careers and somehow always landing on boom. I mean, come on. Shannon Sharpe, Mr. Club Shay Shay himself, has just fumbled his entire ESPN bag like it was a hot baked potato straight out of the microwave. And it wasn't even because he said something crazy on air or got into it with Stefan A. Nope, it's deeper than that. We talking scandals, lawsuits, and a 20-year-old retirement plan. Yes, you heard that right. A 20-year-old is retiring because of him. So let's break this whole situation down real nice and smooth, shall we? Back in April, Shannon Sharpe's name started trending, but not for the new sports take or viral podcast moment. Now, this time it was because a woman came forward with a massive lawsuit against him. Her name, Gabriella Z something. Let's be honest, we're not even gonna try to pronounce it because she originally filed as Jane Doe. Anyway, so mysterious part of her brand. What we do know is that she was 19 at the time and accused Shannon of some heavy life ruining stuff, including SA, battery, and emotional trauma. Well, we have a lot to go into. And listen, this wasn't just some he said, she said TikTok breakup drama. Sis was suing for over $50 million. Not $50, 50 million. That's change your zip code, delete your past, and buy your mama a beach house kind of money. Shannon denied everything, called it a shakedown, and even voluntarily stepped away from ESPN, saying, I'll be back before football season. Y'all just wait. But spoiler alert, he did not return.
Family, friends, supporters, and colleagues, I want to speak to you directly and from the heart. This is a shakedown. I'm going to be open, transparent, and defend myself because this isn't right. This is all being orchestrated by Tony Busby, who has targeted Jay-Z. Tony Busby targets black men, and I believe he's going to release a 30-second clip of a sex tape that tries to make me look guilty and play into every stereotype you could possibly imagine. That video should actually be 10 minutes or so. Hey, Tony, instead of releasing your edit, put the whole video out. I don't have it, or I would myself.
Now, here's where things get messier than an unwashed protein shaker. His legal team released explicit text between him and the girl, trying to prove that everything was consensual. Meanwhile, she had Tony freaking Busby representing her. Yeah, that same lawyer who took on half the NFL, the guy that represented Jay-Z against his SA allegations against him, the same guy who even represented P. Diddy. And you already know that if that man shows up, that man don't play. If Tony shows up to court, it's either because somebody's getting paid or somebody's getting cooked. So fast forward, the case mysteriously settles quietly. And word on the street is Shannon cut a check for 29 million, and guess what sis did next? Allegedly quit OnlyFans, retired at 20. I mean, that girl skipped the 9s to 5s and went straight to trophy wife with legal funds paid level of wealth. Meanwhile, Shannon's getting ghosted by ESPN like he sent a dry "what are you doing" text at 2 a.m. Let's be real, ESPN looked at the optics and said, yeah, we good. Doesn't matter if he was a star legend or if he and Stefan A had a great screen chemistry. No billion-dollar network is going to keep someone who just settled a lawsuit with that kind of weight behind it, especially not in 2025. When one headline can destroy a company's whole reputation overnight, PR teams are jumping higher than squirrels on energy drinks and they ain't going to risk it. Now, here's the part that has people clowning Shannon all over the internet. This man once said that his kid's wedding budget were capped at $30,000. $30,000, yet somehow he just gifted a stranger he dated for a few months nearly 30 million. Like, sir, that's not dating down. That's financial retirement plans.
My daughter's a budget. You got a budget. I don't get whatever you do after that.
What number? I mean, I don't want to be in your business, but what number you said?
30,000.
Okay. So you can have a wedding with 30,000?
I don't know what you can have. I ain't even one getting married. I don't give a damn. hey, y'all from the South, y'all know about that fried catfish and spaghetti plate. Hey, I know somebody hooked that thing right on up. What they charge by the plate? $10.50 a head. Spaghetti, fried catfish, a piece of cornbread, and a styrofoam cup of sweet tea. That's all you get.
If I were his daughter, I'd FaceTime him just to say, hope she was worth my dream wedding, pops. And then this is where it hits different. People started digging up all those clips of Shannon hyping up women that ain't black, throwing shade at sisters, and talking about how much he loved him some snow. Well, that snowstorm turned into an avalanche and wiped out his entire ESPN contract off the map. The irony is absolutely not lost on the internet.
Monique tried to help Shannon Sharpe. She told that brother, go get a girl your age. He wanted to play what he pays. Done took an L to that 19/20-year-old. Retired her. Now he just got fired from ESPN. Hope that 19-year-old was worth it, Shannon.
Jokes write themselves at this point, but real talk, this whole saga is less about race and more about wisdom. You're in your 50s, you're a Hall of Famer, you had one of the most promising past retirement media careers ever. Multi-shows, YouTube contracts popping, viral memes weekly, but one bad decision, literally just one. And now you're trending for the wrong reasons. And no matter how loyal your fans are, sponsors don't care, companies don't care. Everyone's always one handle away from being your Risky.
Sure, everybody's heard the news by now that I will not be returning to ESPN. I found out this information a little earlier in the week, and really the only thing that I really ask is, like, guys, could we wait until Monday? My brother's going into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. I really wanted to be about him, and I wanted to be about my family. I said this coming out will overshadow everything that he's worked his entire life for. And unfortunately, it didn't happen that way. Damn. And so as I told him, as I profusely apologized to him earlier today, he said, bro, stop apologizing. You don't have to apologize. I'm your big bro. I'm going to love you regardless. We all make mistakes. And he says, bro, I love you. So I'm done with this. You're done with it too. Move on. I really enjoyed my time at ESPN. It gave me an opportunity to bring my audience that saw me really just grow. They saw me, Lakers in 5, and they saw me say all these analogies that my grandparents gave me, and I was able to bring that to ESPN. So I'm very, very grateful for that. But I just wished, of all things, like I said, hey, they did what they felt they needed to do, and I'm at peace with that. But I just wish, guys, this thing could have waited until Monday, because I hate the fact that I'm overshadowing my brother, the first two brothers in the Pro Football Hall of Fame, and this is what the headline's going to be for the next couple of days. So, bro, again, I know you told me this, I don't have to apologize, but I'm going to do it one final time tonight, and I won't apologize again. I'm sorry that I upstaged you in this manner.
Also, to the fellows watching this, let this be a PSA. If you're rich, successful, well known, do not put yourself in a position where somebody with bad intentions can take everything from you overnight. That's not paranoia, that's survival. If you build a whole empire, why risk it all over somebody who still uses filters that make them look like anime characters? Also, can we stop acting like settling means innocence or guilty now? Because social media detectives swear they got a law degree, and all I see is he settled equals he's guilty. But if we're being fair, sometimes settling is just a way to stop the bleeding financially, and most importantly, trying to save your reputation. But again, if you're innocent and you've been loud about being innocent, coughing up $30 million does raise some eyebrows. Let's not lie about that.
Over $10 million. He didn't offer to settle this case in any type of guilt or innocence framework. If I'm going to be honest, in in a very real way, Shannon settled this case for you. You say, for me? Well, what do you mean by that, Lead? Listen, the only reason Shannon makes any money at all is because of you and how you feel about him, how you judge him, what light you see him in. The only reason that Shannon makes any money is because you exist and you have money, and so companies want to get in front of you. These companies feel like you hold Shannon Sharpe in a certain esteem and you watch Shannon Sharpe, so they want to use Shannon Sharpe to get in front of you.
Now, to be clear, Shannon isn't broke. He's still got the Nightcap podcast with Chad Johnson, which is honestly more entertaining than First Take half the time. But the ESPN check, that one hits different. That's legacy money. That's my grandkids never have to work money. That's gone. And the wildest part, just last month, Shannon was telling Chad to watch his image, protect the brand, and not mess up the bag. Now he's the one trying to run it back like it's a fourth quarter fumble. So moral of the story here is, look, success doesn't mean immunity from bad decision. In fact, it means you have more to lose. And if you've reached a new level in life where you're surrounded by opportunities, wealth, and influence, protect it. Don't gamble your entire legacy over a fling. Don't give somebody who hasn't worked as hard as you the power to tear you down from what you built in just one lawsuit.
Everybody wants Zion to get in shape except Zion. Everybody wants Zion to have discipline except Zion. So how can I want something? How can the team want something more for him than he wants it for himself? Right. That's why they put in his contract. Look how they got in his contract that he has to hit weight clauses because they know him.
But hey, maybe this is just Shannon's halftime. Maybe he will bounce back and become the king of YouTube media. Or maybe this is the final quarter and we just watched him throw the worst interception of his career. Either way, the game has changed and not everyone makes it to overtime. Anyway, we're gonna end the video right there. Let me know what you think. Was ESPN right for cutting ties? Was Shannon set up or did he just fumble his own bag? And what lessons should other athletes or you watching this learn from this entire mess? Drop it in the comments. I'm genuinely curious. Alright, so let's end this right here. Thank you for watching. If you got this far, it's me, Raeesa Senpai. Subscribe because clearly you enjoyed this video. So yeah, bye.